So AB12 just passed here in California, a new law change for tenant security deposits that you can hold as a landlord or a real estate investor. So we're going to be talking about that. I'll give you my perspective as a real estate broker here on the Central Coast and how that's going to affect you and what you should do to make the best decisions for yourself and your assets. If it's your first time to the channel, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. My name is Joshua Farris. I'm a real estate broker with 10 years of experience here on the Central Coast of California, and we serve all types of investors, whether or not it's a flipper, a multifamily investor, commercial investor. We are here to help you reach your investment goals on the Central Coast, which includes San Luis Obispo County and northern Santa Barbara counties and beyond. All right, so AB 12 goes into effect July 2024, so you've got some time to familiarize yourself with the laws. All right, so this new law passed with a 21-9 vote in the Senate and a 50-18 vote in the Assembly. And again, if you have any kind of questions in regards to real estate laws, I would recommend talking to a real estate attorney. My job is just to bring you the information as a real estate broker. Okay, so this changes the security deposit that you can retain as a landlord. The current law right now is you can hold 2 months of security deposit for an unfurnished property and 3 months for a furnished property. Obviously, just in case there are some damages to your property, you can retain those in order to pay for any kind of repairs that need to be made. The current law, the law that just went into effect, AB 12, limits the amount of deposit that you can retain to 1 month, so only 1 month. If you're renting out a house for, let's say, $2,500 in San Luis Obispo, you're only able to retain as a security deposit $2,500. So that limits the amount that you can hold as a landlord. What does this mean and how does it affect landlords who own multiple properties versus landlords that own a few? Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so there are some caveats here. Let's go ahead and pull those up in regards to smaller landlords. So smaller landlords, no more than 2 residential properties, no more than 4 units total for rent, held as an LLC, family trust, or as a natural person. So let's say you are a small landlord, small investor, and you have 2 properties, 2 separate properties. One of them's a single family home, and let's say one of them's a triplex. So that would fit within this as far as I understand it. You've got 2 parcels and they don't add up to more than 4 units. You may be living in one of those, so if you have a triplex, let's say that you're living in, so you're renting out 2 units of the triplex, and let's say you have a duplex and a separate parcel, that should still count. Obviously consult with a real estate attorney, but it's up to 4 units for rent on 2 separate parcels. So there are some exceptions for smaller landlords there. But for larger landlords, maybe you own a 6-plex or you own 10 single-family homes, you're going to be subject to this law. All right, so landlords still have the ability to seek damages if there are damages to the rental property that exceed that security deposit. Now, however, this is going to be a little bit more lengthy, potentially more costly. So what does that mean? Some of the consequences and some of the advice that I'm giving my clients and landlords, investors, is this. Make sure that you screen your tenants because there's an additional risk for you, and if they damage the property beyond that security deposit, you now are going to need to take them and seek those damages, right? So you can't just take it out of the security deposit. So make sure that you are really good about screening your tenants. Make sure you check their credit history and make sure you check their rental history and check their references. Also, my advice is, and I say this before, make sure that you're not testing the very tip top of the market, as far as a rental amount, making sure that you get a lot of applications so you've got a lot of choices to choose from, so you are adhering to the fair housing laws out there. So that's my advice. It's a pretty simple change, going from 2 months or 3 months for a furnished rental unit of a security deposit down to 1 month. So be aware of these changes. Make sure you don't get into hot water legally. and make sure you're informed as an investor so that you can grow your wealth and reach your real estate investment goals. Again, if you have any questions about real estate investing here on the Central Coast, my team is ready to enthusiastically help you with reaching those goals. And until next time, take care.